Hey, it's me, Big P. I'm gonna go over the two builds I ran for Endless Delve League. Forgive me if this video is a bit scatterbrained. It stayed up all night getting this to 90 and leveling another one that I'm gonna do, best thing to kill time for Endless Delirium, which is later today, is, play PoE, especially in the mines here. So I'm gonna mouse over my gear real quick. Keep in mind it is a weird SSF environment where I never replaced this shit from level 25. This is just lazy. That could have been way better. Never got that 6 link. That's cold conversion gear. And yeah, nothing insane. Just all rares. Syntrek was nice. Nice chunk of ES here. And yeah, Blade Vortex was pretty smooth all the way to 90. Obviously a couple things missing from the build. Most notably, something I've really taken for granted was just the Vol Blade Vortex. You definitely want that to pop that on some rares here and there. So in a trade league, that'd be much more doable. But we'll see how it all turns out. For just generally mapping in the Endless Delve, especially with the on-kill effects on the tree and on Trickster and Polymap, it's pretty dank. A lot of different ways to do it, but Blade Vortex kind of, lends itself to the speed, fire and forget, evasion, schmapping stuff. And you don't have to get explode or whatever because you just use Herald of Ice and that's okay. And this guy's gonna give us problems, I feel like. So here's an example where, Blade Vortex or Vol Blade Vortex would just help you clean house. It's gonna be real hard to get close to that motherfucker. Let's just start the thing, because really the on-kill effects help you max out your Blade Vortex stacks, which is something you always want to have, of course. I don't want to stand in that. When it's echoing. Oh, yeah, see? I will say, we took a number of deaths to 90. We had good evasion, and you have good recovery, you have on-kill effects, which are nice, but you don't have... Yeah, we're just not going to deal with that guy. Or loot, because again, like I was saying, you do run into things. We're missing that 6th link here at 90, and we're in red map tiers, and we don't have consistent penetration of any sort of kind. I mean, we do have a whatchamacallit, not Winter Orb, Hydrosphere setup. I have to believe that is here with just Hex Touch for LE weakness, because we are using Trinity and Fizz to Lightning in the links. This is just a way to enable. You can see Trinity is up. There are some situations where a certain type of monster has weighted, the ghosts have weighted lightning res or some shit, which makes it so that only two of the Trinity is proccing up. It's a minor detail, A lot of the build is just based off use cases for Endless Delve in particular, so I wouldn't copy this one-to-one. Take a look at I was basically just taking a look at PoE Ninja Blade Vortex skills. Skill trees and stuff. We didn't even get the jumps at 20 or nothing. Just Unleash, Increase Crit, Trinity Fizz to Lightning. Here's some of the auras we were using. We're using Grace and Zealotry right now. We could swap to Hatred for more damage probably, if you don't mind dying a bit. I will say, how many deaths? We took a number of deaths on this. It got pretty bad. Vortex on the left click, you can put your Arcane Surge a little higher than usual because you'll be casting it pretty much constantly. So 32 times 2 is 64. You have a lot of skill effect duration with Blade Vortex too. So with 7 seconds, you have a lot of uptime, and then Bone Chill increases cold damage. Again, I tried to chance a bunch of Herm Sorrows or Goathide Gloves into Herm Sorrows. You could probably just do pure cold conversion and have a much more focused build with Frostbite and everything, instead of LE weakness. But Trinity is just kind of a fun setup you can do here and run, in an SSF environment in case you don't get it. I did run, where did it, you can see how much I ran up here for this. Yeah, decent bit of just sideways delving at a very, oh no, that's, where is it? Here it is. Yeah, that was a lot. That was fun. I was catching up on YouTube videos, and then I'm just you know what? We're just gonna hit 90 anyway, and then have a complete build that I will have a guide for, or a POB rather. This is the guide for it basically, but it's don't do this exactly. There's a much higher ceiling and a much more developed sense of gear that you can get in a trade league that I would follow. This is just these characters are gone in a couple hours, so I just wanted to, you know, make a note of them. Did get a fucking sick Divinarius though, with all these like almost perfect. It's like real close to perfect Divinarius as a drop, which was really nice. I just kind of maybe just want to show that off too. And yeah, it's, I am saying characters multiple. Let's go over the other one that I ran. I like to, you know, in SSF have your gear determine what the next build is, and so we ran a Corrupting Fever Ascendant with Sire of Shards, which has been super smooth. We just hit the Uber Lab with it. Once we got the setup around level 50, you need to be level 49 to use Sire of Shards. You can self-cast the Ball Lightning, which is what we use to proc the stuff here. Let's just run. We're just kind of barreling through, you know, a little bit recklessly just because it's good XP. So all you do is you pop Corrupting Fever at the start, pop your flasks, and then there's no monsters. I didn't go over my flask setup, but I can mention my flask setup here is I'm just using the fucking Elemental Resistance flask because I'm basically getting to 85, then hitting Alt F4 and going like, eat some lunch or something, I don't know. But to get ready for Endless Delirium, I'm gonna make a video on my plan for that. But yeah, this is it. This is just Corrupting Fever. Oh, it's the guys I was talking about, the ghosts that have increased resistances. Yeah, for this, I mean, this is again just kind of like a real sloppy sort of setup. Probably kind of a boring way to use the Sire of Shards, honestly, but it just seemed like something like, you see we have a pretty decent life pool even at level 75 with like SSF gear, because after a certain point a more developed version of this build would have a cluster jewel setup that we're just not going to get to, both in terms of level and just, you know, we don't have a cluster jewel. It's SSF. There's no like delirium we can farm for it or nothing. You just kind of spin around. We do have rampage on the unique gloves, but like that doesn't do anything really. I mean, it's just kind of nice. And yeah, that's like why it's so smooth. It's so nice to just run shit like this in Endless Delirium. Don't know why I'm looting. This is a Void League. Yeah, it's basically we got a 6-link drop, and I'm like, what can fit in these colors in a 6-link? And I saw people were kind of running some Corrupting Fever setups, and I was like, okay, that's pretty cool. It's a nice way to run you know, stuff like Life Tap, Brutality. Less duration would be Empower, again, if we weren't SSF. It actually is kind of annoying because the buff of Corrupting Fever runs out pretty quickly, unless you have the Ball Lightning Cyclone Life Tap keeping it up pretty consistently. That is going down, I don't know, we'll see. But yeah, it would be Empower instead, because it is kind of like a anti just having that much less skill effect duration, you will notice it. And then I see it here. And then Cyclone, Culling Strike, Ball Lightning, Cast while channeling, and Life Tap. Cyclone does no damage. Ball Lightning does like even less. This is both, you know, you're a dot damage build. Here's the tree. Tree's pretty jank. You pretty much have to pick up a lot of, well, I mean, you could fix up the gear, but as it is right now, I'm probably just going to get more life. It's a very tanky sort of tree where you get like some max res here, some armor. I'm going for, the first one was Gladiator, and then I went for Jug just for cannot be chilled or stunned, and then damage per endurance charge and endurance charge generation, just kind of something stupid. Like that, you know, it's just real nice and smooth to run. I gotta get some better jewels here to run here because I'm running out of stuff. Normally you'd fill out this out, get a cluster jewel set up. I'm probably just gonna fill out the life wheel and maybe some more like life here, my other endurance charge or two, like I don't know, we'll see. But whatever. Yeah, this is I'm just taking an 85 because it's real efficient. The armor that can drop for you or whatever is nice. And yeah, there's again better ways to do this in League, but it's like, yeah, I just want to see. I just immortalize because I'm not gonna be, you can't pull these characters back out, especially in Delve. And you know, I've just spent a weird week. And how much did it be? Yeah, this we got to real high level pretty quick. Once you get this set up, I mean, you can see how smooth that would be. Leveling it was kind of a pain, but yeah, this is what I did for Delve for a week, and yeah, it was pretty fun. Let me know what you did. If you think either of these builds, how you would really tune them more for a general trade league setup. I don't know if I would use this in a trade league. Maybe with like Exsanguinate as like the cast while channeling trigger instead of Ball Lightning, you know, because it doesn't really have it. Although even, I don't know, it doesn't really seem like that strong. You could get stuff like Stampede in trade league, which like would help make it even feel smoother, but like either way, I don't know. Neither of them felt really great. They were kind of unique cases that only worked really in Delve, and that's kind of why I wanted to do, do a video on them and give them a try myself, because this is only comes once a year. It's the most wonderful time of the year where PoE events are happening. So thank you for watching this one. I'm gonna make a vid on the next PoE event and my plans for that. So stay tuned. We're gonna stream a lot of that too, so that'll be fun. Take it easy. Bye bye.